Possible spoilers ahead. What's up, Sakpase y que tal, mis amigos? It's your boy Jay, and welcome to WeView, Review, or WeView content, then review content. I'm your host Jay at John Prod, and today we have the gorgeously talented Latasha. Go ahead and say what's up to the people. Introduce yourself.
Hey, I am a director and writer from Atlanta, Georgia. And we just watched The Harder They Fall. I'm kind of speechless right now.
Right. We're going to get into it. And of course, we got Killer, Twitch affiliate. Y'all go check him out. Go ahead and talk to the people.
Yeah. Called Killer, known as Patrick, YouTuber, gamer, and I'm full of words from this one. Full of words.
Oh, and this is not a market substitute. In fact, we encourage you to support the content creators that create the stuff that we view, then review. Watch us alongside them instead of in replacement of them. Yeah. Let's get back to the show. All the heavy hitters in this place.
Right?
It's amazing.
This song is fire.
He shot the horse and used it as cover.
This is amazing.
Right. From like, I haven't stopped
so
cheesing.
good.
Like,
Oh my
It is.
God.
It is.
So good.
Oh, y'all was making six.
Y'all said making six.
What I got?
Damn!
That angle.
Who was that? Good act?
Nah, they know it's good. Toss them, don't follow.
Anytime I speak on my speed, a motherfucker want to pull a check and bill out there.
That's funny.
Wait, what?
Woo! Close shave. Close fucking shave. I thought I was falling for a fella for a little bit. That's why I ain't saying nothing.
I told you I was
I
in
know.
the beginning.
I knew it was a
I
woman.
can't- it, wasn't
Yeah.
just me. It wasn't just me.
Like, you know you ain't got no money in this bank.
You have to have an account.
Can't get it out fast enough. Come on, now, you gotta hurry up now.
What was his plan? My bro just...
Oh!
As soon as he got rid of his
Oh my
lucky
God.
coin.
I know it's
I
gonna be in
forgot
the
this
back.
nigga still alive. What? This is bullshit.
In the back.
Bro, he gotta go out gruesome. And they take this nigga out.
So she's still reloading.
Oh God.
Stop trying to quick draw with this man.
But you forget, John, it's the Western days. This is what they do. I get it. I know. I'm just saying.
They say she was faster. She looked in the mirror, right? Hell yeah.
Bullshit. Bullshit. No. Oh, it's his brother.
He's an outlaw.
No, I'm tripping. I don't know.
Robin Bell.
That's why he was holding that ring the way he was holding.
Like, give me the damn ring. We in it. We in there together forever.
Oh no, she meant what she said. I like that. Oh shit.
Wait, was that Shorty?
She didn't
You
kill
let her
her,
live?
man. What the fuck?
You let her live?
Hold on.
Hey. All right, so we'll get right into those words. Oh man, what is your overall feeling? First, like, right now it ended. What is the first thoughts that come to mind?
I'm like a little overwhelmed.
Mhm.
Like, it was just so good on so many levels. Like,
Right.
Did anyone know this was coming out by any chance?
Like, what you
didn't.
mean?
This movie.
yeah, I saw the previews, I feel like a minute ago, but I stopped watching the preview after like the first 10 seconds. I'm like, oh yeah,
Oh, yeah,
this
you
is
have
something
to.
I already want to see. And like, I don't ever want to just watch a preview through. I just want to be like
Get an
completely
idea.
surprised. And I was, oh my gosh.
Will you say when you are cutting previews, like, like she said, she is a filmmaker as well. So she has a unique perspective as far as when you're watching movies, you have the film eye on, kind of like, do you cut your previews in a way where it's like, if I was watching it, I wouldn't be watching the whole thing. So do you like stuff in the beginning, or like what? How do you know?
I don't like it when like previews give away the whole movie from start to finish. And that's like a trend I've been seeing. Like they tell you like basically everything that is going to happen. I like to leave something, like try to build the suspense of it and say, this is going to happen. This is the energy of the film.
Right.
And based off what I saw from this movie, it did exactly that. Where like in the first like 10 or 15 seconds, you kind of already make a decision whether or not you want to see this movie.
Yeah, I know a lot of movies fall short where they either give you so much in the beginning, the rest becomes kind of like, okay, either I've seen this already from the beginning, it's repetitive, or it gets boring because they're just talking a lot, or they too slow in the beginning and then they get interesting at the end when they build up and you're like, when is it going to build up? But this was like, the whole time I was just like, okay.
Yeah, no, this movie it was like, okay, it was overwhelming from a filmmaker perspective because it's like the bar is like in the stars right now. And it's like, like from the dialogue, from the like genre, like the way that he did this genre and like, oh my goodness, it was just so good. Like so good.
Man, Killer, what are your feelings?
It's overwhelming. Maybe because I didn't see this coming. I don't even think I knew this was coming out. So, especially the first, 5 minutes. I was like, okay. I didn't know what I was getting into. But I knew I was like, I was saying in the beginning, this is like gonna be like Django's maybe / Hateful Eight. I was getting that all like, especially when he shot dude in the air. I was like, oh yeah, this is some Django type stuff right here. Because Django's comic book and had a lot of disbelief in that, but still though,
it's also that style that Quentin Tarantino kind of like bloody, over the top kills.
Yeah, like
and stuff.
Maybe not so. Because I feel like it's more of a low budget way to do it, like the blood stuff. Because it's not like they got CGI mixed in with, or like the practical effects.
Them squibs be expensive, bro. What are you talking about?
Huh? I mean, I'm just saying. I'm not saying it didn't cost them the way they did it. I'm just saying like it's something I would see in a low budget film. Not saying it's bad. I'm just saying like the style that they chose. So you made me forget what I was trying to say. But I'm just saying what I'm just saying, like I did like way the blood like that. But I'm just saying the stylistic choice was like, to me it seemed like a low budget style because it's like exaggerated and then like not made to seem like it's super real. I don't know.
But I think that's like that is a style of the genre, right?
Right.
Like you have
Westerns
movies that are like, and like even in the sense of the like the really long looks on like the characters and like the slow pull-ins. That's the style, and that is why a lot of people are comparing it to Quentin Tarantino, which is fair. But I think it's just like Quentin has like he is very specific in the stylish choices that he makes. And I mean, there's other filmmakers out there who have done it, but I think that this is a movie that I would say even like surpassed it, at least for me. Because the thing about Quentin is he comes from his own culture, right?
So that's what I was gonna say.
So a lot of his movies are gonna have that rock feel, like his musical choices. But this person, it just felt like it was just like, for me, like just the music, just the feeling. It was very stylish,
By any chance, do y'all know who directed it?
James Samuel. But also Samuel. Like,
Samuel.
Yeah. But what's funny is there was a portion in the movie, and we're gonna come back to the music because I definitely wanted to talk about that, Latasha. But there was a guy that they randomly killed. Well, I wouldn't say random, but they asked him his name first, and then he was like, well, like, like a moment of silence for James or something. I felt like that was like a little A little shout out to himself in the film right there. But let's go back to the music though. So how do you feel about that blend? Because it started off feeling for me like it was, time not sensitive, time accurate. Then all of a sudden it just started hitting the vibes, and I was just like, wait, hold on, what am I feeling right now? What's going on? How'd y'all feel when that music hit?
I think that's what gives like the feeling of it being so current,
Right.
Like it is a old school Western, but it felt like it was happening now. And like when you make a film, music is 50% of it. Like Robert De Niro said, the best thing an actor can do is say the lines and hope that they put some good music, behind it. And that is like 50% of it, because like the eyes see, the ears imagine. And so for him to do the tracks the way that he did, I mean, it just really dropped it in. And like, I personally love when like a film, when like the pacing is on par with the music and the music becomes a character in the film. It is a character. There's a lot of directors who like do that and who are known for it. But like, this was the first time I felt like I've seen it from like a Black filmmaker and like sound, like this, like on this level. So
you say that film that part that music is a part of the movie, right? 50% is right. I feel like they don't use music though the way they do it like this.
Like in this movie,
like
who
like
is
this
they?
movie. I'm sorry, other movies. Like, because if I just go back and think about movies, like, yeah, they got music, but like, I would say there's only a particular movies that may use music the way, like, for instance, right, it's a style, and I was just saying, like, I was just saying that you're saying 50 sounds like I feel like they don't use
it is. Oh, if you watch so like there's a difference between like a instrumental score and like a beat and a track. I personally like mixing the two. But there's not a show or a movie you would ever see that is not going to have a sound design where like the music and the sound, it I mean, like you can think of really any movie and like, unless the music is like taken out, whether like that's the violin, someone's crying, there's always going to be something there. And like, if there isn't, then like that's on purpose.
I just like it when they do it like this. I guess this style is not used often because like it reminds me of, I don't know. Yeah, very like the music standed out. And I was like, oh, but it reminded me of, y'all know Guardians of the Galaxy, the first one. Like the old school tracks were played in that movie, but it was like they were like fully, you know what I mean? Like just like this, like a whole track is almost being in the whole movie. But it was nice though. Me seeing that I'm just saying Guardians of the Galaxy, it was like, it was so refreshing. Because I was like, oh man. And that was like, they cued the music at the right time, and like this is new. And I'm just saying with this, it felt the same, it felt good. On like right on time, like they cued it for good, and especially with maybe what's going on with the scene and stuff like that. But I definitely like the music. Definitely.
How's because like we were saying, the music kind of bridged the gap between like that time period piece and things that are happening today, and some of the things that were happening also, things happen poetically, and there's like a rhyme to what we saw in there from the movie's beginning to end, just how things lined up with each other, as well as what's going on in the real world. But was there any like dialogue that you felt was kind of like, would they say that back then? Like, it's like they were in their own world, or no? Yeah.
Nah, I think they actually,
like, you didn't feel like anybody sounded like they might have said one or two things that just kind of like, wait, hold on.
There was one.
They say that actually. That sounds like something we would say right now. The
fact that you said that, I remember what the scene looked like, but I can't remember what the dialogue is. But there was a moment where I was like, are they about to say? And then like, no, they chose a different way to say something. I'm like, oh no, I
do have a new quote. I am definitely going to be using. What did he say? He said, "That's hearsay." But did you see say or so? I was like, let me write that down. I gotta use that. Who's your favorite characters? Favorite character?
I don't know, it's kind of hard. I say main character and the young kid. I'm not, even if he was going to die, that's fine. I still would like to see, because he was the you know what I mean? He was the extra energy no one else had. Like, yeah, they had the extra energy, but he's the young kid. He's the dude with the trying to be flashy. So even if there's a kill, I was like, dang, I wish they would have just at least let him do a little bit more pop up at that ending before
I knew it was coming. As soon as I see it, I was like, bro, I don't know what kind of rules y'all playing by, but these are outlaws. And
But yeah, let me stay on track. I did Loki, I remember forgetting his name. What's the young kid's name again?
I think it was Jim.
Yeah, just Jim. I'm thinking Grim. I don't know why I'm thinking Grim. Jim and that.
Jim and that.
I may be biased on that though.
I would say, and this just is probably because I love Regina King, but I mean, I was like rooting for her in every scene, even though I shouldn't. And that's just like really good writing, but that's also like really good acting. So I would say Regina.
Oh man, you wasn't full of it with Miss Beats. He wasn't.
I mean, no, I like Beats? Definitely was. That's why I said I could just be biased
when they were fighting. Like, who are you rooting for? You like, I know I want her to win, but technically,
it was very like
they did got that.
It was very easy.
Yeah,
and
I think it's okay to be biased because they literally are bringing actors, you know.
And technically, both sides were outlaws, so it wasn't like good versus evil per se. No, they both were outlaws, bro.
I mean, they established what type of outlaws they were, though.
Type of outlaw. Look at
That's why I was trying to tell you, it wasn't. Let's just hold that part for another section. But they did at least show that what type of outlaws they were.
And I think that's like really good storytelling when the bad guys are not really the bad guys because they feel justified in their fight. And Regina King in that scene, right? And the first thing that we meet the gang, right? The Buck gang. The way that they introduced that, like these people, you were like on their side in a way.
Like I almost forgot that there was a whole nother gang until they got to the end to release the guy, and I'm like, oh, they're releasing the guy that the other guy was just talking about. Right. But at first, they seemed like the part of the group we're rooting for.
Yeah. So I think that is what endeared me to all of them. Even though I knew that they were going to die, and I hope they did, but I hope that they died in a way that was like, like that felt good for that villain. Which I think they gave everybody like the perfect death.
Yeah, I do feel like if you go into perspective.
I think so.
Yeah, I feel like they did trip a little bit at the end. I ain't gonna lie. But
you said you feel like they tripped?
Let's save it. No, let's save it. Let's stay on.
Go into it. Go crazy.
I don't want to veer off.
Talk your shit, man. Talk your shit.
No. You said favorite character. She explained the favorite character. No, let's stay on track. I don't want to veer John off a little bit because I'm telling you, once you get to that part of the question, I'm telling you, I'm on low.
You're gonna be like, oh, I forgot.
What about you, John? You didn't tell us your favorite characters.
Okay, so I did like Lakeith Stanfield's character.
He was nice.
Cherokee Bill, only because he was composed, and I love characters that kind of like, it's a common trope in movies and books and video games, shows, where it's like you can egg somebody on, right? And use that peer pressure to get them to play your game. He was so cool, like, yeah, people say I'm fast, but prove it to me. No, like you can't get him
he would
to
prove it though. Right?
No, but I mean, like, he would prove it on his terms. Like, if I need to draw quickly, I will. But if like my boss sent me on a mission, go do this. I'm going to do this. Now you could come and be like, hey bro, if you're really that bad, you'll come over here and we'll play it. He's like I don't care what you think. And I felt like that was really cool of him to just like the whole time he was himself. Like he was Cherokee Bill. Let the rumors build. Let the rumors build. If me doing me make you feel this, that's cool. If there's nothing to prove for him, he was just doing what he do, and I love that about him.
Character stood out. I guess maybe not so much the character too, but the actor. Dion Cole stood out.
I was gonna give him an honorable mention.
I'll keep hearing that comedians are really good actors, or like as far as, and I guess in the specific genre, but they can be some.
Yeah, they
good
can
actors.
surprise you. Yeah, a lot of comedians can surprise you in their range.
He definitely surprised because
As
he
soon as
did
I saw
sound
his
like a-
name, I thought he was gonna like try to be straight comic relief, but he was.
he was like a totally different person. He was really a different person.
And
I
what
really
about?
like?
So speaking of comedians, how'd you feel about Damon Wayans?
Oh yeah, him too.
Yeah,
He
he's
felt
good to
different.
see.
Wait, you talking about in the beginning, right?
Yeah.
He was like,
Yeah, he felt different too. I mean, the more you look at him, you start to remind you of stuff. Like I felt like he felt different.
you see his face,
He
he's
felt
just
a little
like,
different.
"Where's the joke? I want to laugh, man. Come on."
I will say that
All the hair was
Delroy,
weird.
I like appreciated his sheriff
Wait, who was you saying?
energy, Delroy, and like how he was like I feel like took it to the next level as far as just like the whole cast, like him playing the sheriff,
Right.
and like he just had a maturity, sophistication, badass, like you know, like I just
Mr.
like
Bass
really
Reeves.
love that.
Oh yeah, I did.
Yeah,
He's like, I like at the end when it was like, "You think they're gonna believe he's dead? The law gonna believe? I am the law." You know,
I am the law.
I said somebody dead, they dead.
Oh, good. It was-
And they got two people who are lawmen now that you know they could count on if they. I don't know how strong the alliance is with Delroy, but at least with Cuffy, you know. How you feel about the tomboy of the West? It's not too often you see a tomboy in Western time pieces. How'd y'all feel about that?
You sure?
I mean,
yeah,
do you know
I
what?
just say I feel like that is. I can't tell you like a character, but I feel like in
Yeah, I
a
feel
lot
like
of
that's always
movies,
one.
yeah,
In the
like
Western
that are in
movies,
the
a girl
past.
that's like a dude.
Yeah, it's like, or at least the girl. Well, she looked at more. They was really playing on the whole. She looked like a boy or a guy type of thing. But usually there's a character like a tough woman, like put on a dress. No, you know, I'm not gonna say it's in all westerns, but I'm like, I like it's somewhat there.
Right, because in a way, like when you're telling a story in the past, whether it's in the Western, whether it's in like the ancient times, being a female is considered like a weakness. But like the strong characters in this film, right? They own their femininity in a way where it became like a strength. Versus for her, it felt like she hid it because it was it was like for her, I feel like whatever her backstory was, it like made her weaker. And so she had to put on masculinity, or she was just a naturally masculine person.
Right.
Yeah, and she definitely showed that. Like that in the beginning, she showed her type of strength.
Yeah, right. Where it was like less about her being a man or a woman and more of her being like a strong person.
Right.
Which, I mean, that could go even deeper in terms of like, were they trying to tell like a story of like a trans character? Like it could go a lot of different levels, just like, cause like when, what's his name? Jim said a joke, like, I thought that I was falling for a dude,
Right.
you know, like that, you know, that was a comment. Like, so I'm like, I wonder what they were really trying to say there.
Yeah, because also that
like,
means, and he didn't want to express that until he realized, okay, so that means he was quietly to himself like, dang, I mean, that's homie, but he
person.
like, I mean, but like, I'm into this person right here. Then it's like, it's a girl. Then he like, okay, I'm be real with y'all. I was feeling her the whole time. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that was an interesting catch. Like, so, well, how was he feeling before he knew it was a woman? He still was feeling how he was feeling. He just didn't admit it. So that was clever. So that brings me to the next topic, which is like representation. I know a lot of movies nowadays, they trying to make sure they check all the boxes and stuff. Did you feel like this movie was like, not putting it in your face, but it just felt like a movie, right? You didn't feel like they was trying to make sure they had this, make sure they had that.
I'm not a check a box girl. I don't like that per se.
Right.
I see where it's needed, definitely in these times, but I appreciated this film in a way where I just felt like I was watching a movie.
Yeah, because they could have went the whole white this, white that, but the only time they included white was just need to go to this white town,
right?
And you know,
and it makes sense.
You know, such and such town, it's a white town. You know, so
I thought it was funny.
The name of the So yes, you're definitely right. I agree with her. They didn't, and they were to for the most part a black movie till you get to certain sections, but all black cast. All black.
But even with that being a black movie, I didn't feel like, you know how you typically watch like this is a black movie. It just was fire to me. Like I was just okay. Yeah, I did that.
Nah,
I did that.
I'm not saying that. Oh, it was still hard for me to not notice, dog. Everybody.
I did peep.
You know what I'm
everywhere
saying?
they go, like in signature roles that you would see others in. Like, dang, I guess a lot of black people did exist back then too, you know? But when you think about that time period, you always be like, oh, where's one or two black characters in the background? Where are they at? You know what I'm saying? In this, it was like every town, everywhere they went, it was like, there's a lot of us.
I feel like it was an experience that white people have when they've been watching movies like their whole life. This is just a really good movie and everybody happens to look like me.
Right.
The words and the sounds happen to align with the way that I see the world too. And so that's the kind of movies that I really like am drawn to, where it's not necessarily a story about a black experience specifically. It is a really good movie with a lot of black people. And because it's made by black filmmakers, there's always going to be a commentary on what it means to be black in this world. So, like if you watch like the old white Westerns, it's not like about white people in the West. It's just about people in the West. And all the hoes just happen to be white.
Yeah.
You know?
With one or two Indians and then
right, and they like bring them in when
colors.
It fits their world, right? When it fits,
so
like
it's like a reverse. Yeah.
We got to go over there. So, I mean, yeah.
You know, when I watch movies, one of the things that always, what's the word? I wouldn't say disturb. I would say intrigue me a little bit, like a little hint. Like if the food is good, you just seasoning it just a little bit more, add a little spice to it. Is when it says based on a true story. And I'm like, oh, hell no. So this one, it was interesting to see where it was kind of like characters are based on some real, but this is a, narrative piece, but they're characters. And so it made me, when I was watching them do their thing, I'm like, I'm wondering who this person was. Like, this is a bad dude. Like, okay. Or even like Cuffy, I know her character was based off of, I can't remember the lady's name, but she was black in the military. But she went in, she pulled a Mulan. She went in as a dude named William. And then, but I think, so her name was Kathy. Yeah.
I kind of forgot.
Oh yeah. But so like when I was watching them do their thing, I kind of like these real people, like, even if they didn't do this in this exact story in this, in this order and everything like that, like these are based on some people that was doing their thing. That's crazy. Yeah. That's lovely,
I'm glad I wasn't born in the Wild Wild West, though.
Ooh, I think about that
was
often.
A crazy time.
Sometimes I'm just walking down the street and I'm like, dang, I'm really just walking down the street. Like, I couldn't have done this if I just happened to be born a few years prior. You know what I'm saying?
Having like straight up shootouts.
Yeah, right.
In the middle of the street.
Man. And did you wear that hat based on what we're watching today? Because you are on theme. I
did bring it out because of it, but I wear my little hat all the time.
Okay, I was like, damn, I felt underprepared. I was like, damn, should I go get me a little something on? We might have to start incorporating that in future episodes where it's some thematic fits. Yeah, you might have brought that in. So Killa, what you was gonna say? You can bring it up now. This is your platform to go ahead and say what you're gonna say that you didn't forget before we wrap it up.
Oh, well, this is just the part of the question. So, like, what did I think about the movie as a whole?
Mm-hmm.
And I thought everything was cool, right? Like I said, we noticed that they established what type of outlaws they were. Mm-hmm. So I got to feel the type of characters. Like I said, I was starting to. I really like to see just actors here, actors there. I noticed, especially black actors. Story was good. Had heard that, what's her name? Jaja Beats or Zaza Beats.
Yeah.
Zaza Beats that she didn't fit. And I'm like, she kind of fit. To me, she fit.
Yeah, I know there's a lot of things that happen, you know, it's like with the broader thing of like racial divide, and then when you go into even the same race and colorism, and then you go in deeper, there's a lot of times, or even in other communities like LGBT communities, etc., where it's like there's a general problem or thing that we address, right? But then within that problem, there's little beasts within there, like, you know, there's sometimes lesbians and gays say they don't really like bi. You just haven't chosen yet or something, or, you know, there's always many wars within the wars. And I think a lot of times when or what's the other one, the one who was in Center Stage, who's in Guardians of the Galaxy, Gamora, what's her name?
Oh, her, I forget her name.
Oh man, it just slipped me. Yes, Saldana. And a lot of times, like, S.H.I.E.L.D. might get a role, and they be like, why would she even accept the role knowing she's too light for this role? And she, you know...
She ain't that light. She like brown. Like brown.
All I'm saying is said. Or they, you know, it's just those type of things are said a lot of times.
Zaza.
And so, like, I could see...
That's light.
Well, I'm not comparing them in the sense of their complexion towards each other. But what I'm saying is, a lot of people, when they get roles, they be like, well, is she real black, or, you know, so that I don't even really take into consideration when I'm going to watch a movie.
I think the pushback becomes in the people who are making the decisions for casting, and it feels as though the decision for, okay, who is this leading woman going to be? People feel as though, well, they're always picking what they think is considered traditionally beautiful.
Right.
And other people who feel and who are marginalized, they don't see themselves represented in those roles, whether, you know, like Stagecoach Mary, they say, was like a much curvier woman. Right? And curvier women never see themselves as a truly leading woman. The same thing goes with a darker skinned woman. So I think it's a very valid criticism. But then on the same time, it just really goes into the person doing the casting, and are you being true to, I want to cast the person who fits this essence, who comes in the best, or are you just trying to cast someone that you think is going to be more universally
visually
accepted?
Aesthetics, yeah.
Right.
See, so for me,
that comes.
Yeah, I understand that. And I don't disregard or consider anybody's side of whatever topic that we're talking about as an invalid thought, because everybody can feel how they feel. For me, it's just like a hard line to, like, where do you go to? Okay, I understand that how you feel about your personal representation versus also taking away from, like, let's say I'm Zaza. Is Zaza? Zazie? Is Zaza? Well, I'm Z Beats. You know, let's say I'm Z Beats, and it's like, you know, I'm raised like, I am a beautiful black woman, and then you're like, oh man, you're what most people think is beautiful, so I can't use you, or you're not. Right. You're not. We trying to get a black woman, and you know, and it's like, what you talk like? So now I'm gonna be made to feel like I'm not black enough because you feel that we don't use black enough people. But are you saying that means I'm not one of you? You know what I'm saying? So it's a hard line to kind of be like, okay, this is the fair line versus, you know, it's just.
It's hard when it's based off of real people because then people.
Well, that's true. Yeah.
It's like if someone does a biopic on Denzel Washington and then they go pick like the lightest skinned person in the world, it's gonna.
Yeah, that's fair. And I think, and I think that's something that happened with Harriet Tubman casting originally. They was like, wait, what? Who's going?
Yes. There was a rumor that they were trying to use Julia Roberts or like somebody wild like that. Like, y'all out your motherfucking mind. But I think in general, there has to be more movies made because every movie can't check every box, you know?
Exactly. I agree. Yeah. And I think that's
so just to try to have hurry up and wrap up on space. I was just saying, like, I think she fits. The movie was, I I just wasn't ready for this movie.
It hits
But
you
the
like,
only thing, yeah, it hit me, and it hit me nicely. You know what I'm saying? I
Hit you
understand Wesley in a sense. So when me and you came across the discrepancy of, why is he Western? I mean, as far as their history goes, you do have some treacherous people who
Mhm.
don't have no honor, but they have duels, showdowns. I mean, like that's like a Western trope,
right?
I guess you could say, right? And they were showing that honor throughout the movie, not so strong.
Mm.
So not. It wasn't heavy, but it was like they at least was trying to show you these type of people. They had show Jim's type of person. I'm gonna kill you, face to face as a, I guess as you would say, as a man or at least a person.
Yeah, I mean, he was
that's
calling
gonna
him
kill you,
out, but there's always the
like
chance.
I'm gonna do it in front of you, and
You
so. Yeah, but no one. Well, yeah, but he's but he also was thinking, his arrogance. They was always saying
Hey,
that's gonna get you right.
clearly,
Your
my
flashiness.
sentiments was expressed in the film because my boy Lakeith Stanfield felt like how I felt and was like, "This ain't no duel, bro. You
It
talk too
would've been
much.
nice.
You talk too much."
Yeah, and you're right. And they showed his part. Like they showed that he's not a man of that's, you know what I mean. That's gonna just wait for you, or he had his own. Like they already showed it. With he sliced up dude on the train. You know what I'm saying? Dude thought they was gonna scrap. No, he just went low.
Fisticuffs.
His leg. So
Mhm.
they did definitely set up stuff. I just so yeah, when he got waited to get killed, yeah, that kind of did suck. I really did. They like before killing him, at least I really wish I could have seen him go a little crazy, especially for that third act, that last big battle before
They
he
did
goes
hype him
out.
up like he's
because
super
then
good
at
at what he
least-
does.
At
and let
least
him-
at least when he's done doing all his flashy stuff, then they come him on Lakeith, and then Lakeith does what he does.
This
to kill him.
man,
And I feel
instead
like-
of doing the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 countdown, this dude was like 5.
Yeah, I thought he would have been paying
Like,
attention
bro,
to him.
relax. First of all, so
But I just
That's death right here, and you're taking it as a game.
Yeah.
And that's why I appreciated, honestly, the way that he went out.
I
Because
did
he
too.
was taking life or death as a game.
Right, and
I would say
it was,
this-
they foreshadowed it plenty because even his own crew was telling him like, bro, like doing all of that, that's gonna mess you up because like we about to go to war right now. We need you to relax. We get it. You cool. And you want to kill dude. We each have like a person that we specifically want to kill. Zazie, she wanted to specifically get Regina. Of course, Jonathan Majors, he definitely wanted to get Idris. Like they each had people that they paired him. You want Cherokee Bill? Cool. But all of that, like, I'm clean this gun because I'm faster. Like that everybody even was like, bro, relax. And he didn't relax. And
I just wish I was
R.I.P. my
able to
G.
see him because that was that final set piece.
There was a few lines where they referenced Lakeith's character as being known for shooting people in the back.
A couple of times, yeah.
Like reference, like, oh, he is not the one just to be like 5. Oh, nah.
Right.
Well, no, yeah, of course not. Yeah, of course not. Yeah.
That's why I think old girl shot him even before the countdown because she saw him reaching.
No, she
waited. I feel like she did.
Cool,
She did
yeah,
it.
no.
Yeah, she was fast.
But look,
she was fast.
So yeah, that part I just wish they gave him a little bit more to do before he died.
Right.
They'll set up that between them, and then, but it's still okay. I mean, like I said, it did feel like my heart was like,
Right.
like I wish they.
I
did.
think that's why they showed all that he did in the beginning when they robbed the Crimson,
It wasn't a lot, though.
Crimson stuff. I think they showed all that quickness just to show, because they're like, we're not about to show you guys this later on, by the way. So go ahead and enjoy it right now.
They did, though.
This is it.
It would have been cool if he had the moment where when all the hood dudes came, and if he would have been the one to be like pop, 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 pop.
Right.
Like, but it made Jonathan Majors' character, I think, that much stronger.
Yeah. Because Jonathan Majors was doing push-ups with the bullet in his shoulder. I don't know if y'all peeped that, but after he got shot in the shoulder, my man grabbed somebody off a horse, jumped on him. I'm like, adrenaline's rushing. I'll let him have it. But my man's was doing a lot with the bullet, and they didn't address after the fight that they were removing the bullet, whatever. He's just riding off into the sunset like nothing ever happened. I was like, okay, Adrenaline still rushing? Maybe. Maybe.
But yeah, let me try to hurry and wrap this up. Now the music, I'm not gonna lie to you, I feel like the music all the way through was good. You know what I was? Let me get this. I was not prepared to feel that they were trying to make the moments as grand, because the music was definitely trying to tell you that, like, this moment, we're trying to tell you this is sentimental. This means something. And I think it was too heavy, only because it wasn't like music cues were just music cues meant to mean something for the scene. The music also had something, like I said, it meant something for the scene. It was a good musical choice for the scene, and that was it. But when you get later, I believe past the second act, now these down the musical scores, or I mean, correct me if I'm saying it wrong, or like now these are meaningful moments. Like, you supposed to mean, like, this is supposed to mean something. I'm like, all right, it's getting a little too grand, because I wasn't prepared. Like, it didn't feel like this the whole movie. So I was just like, okay, I get it. But I was like, it was just it shook me up. It just shook me up on how loud. Obviously, it's supposed to be loud, but I'm just saying how grand the musical cues was trying to tell you that this meant something. Because especially when he died, I low-key didn't like that. Only because only because when old girl, I wasn't even ready for Cuffy to even kill him. I'm like, maybe they should have said. I feel like they should have. I just wasn't ready for that. It came out of nowhere.
Well, they did mention, because remember when homie was doing his flashy thing at the campfire?
She said the mirror,
and then he was like, "Who faster than me?" And most people always tell him Cherokee Bill, and that's why he wanted to kill Cherokee Bill. He like, everyone keeps saying Cherokee Bill, and then when it came to her, she was like, "I know somebody faster than you," and then he's like, "Who?" I mean, mirror. Somebody in the mirror. No, but she's saying when she look in the mirror, she sees somebody who's faster than him herself. But she just not as flashy, where the reason you never know that is because I'm some woman. You don't really hear much about me until you hear about me, which is why they showed a little bit sample when she was at the door and they was like, you gonna stop us? We gonna come in? And she was just like, all right. She showed when she needed to show it, but she feel like she quicker, and she clearly was quick enough.
Even if they're gonna use her, I would have liked that to, like, I don't know, maybe walk into it a little more, like set it up a little more, because it was just like, oh yeah, and I was like, oh, she gonna do the honorable thing to it? I'm like, but you just seen him? Okay. And then she did it. I was like, damn, that was quick. Hey, I was like,
even if she,
you know what? I think I would have liked it if they would have showed her, because I know they did show some fun. They did. I don't know, but
all I know is even though she was doing the honorable countdown thing, she still had her eyes on him the whole time, hands ready. Like, if anything happens, I don't think she was doing a countdown as in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I think she was doing a countdown. As soon as you grab your gun, I'm grabbing mine.
What I was gonna say is they could have showed her doing more, but they did. Right. So I'm just correcting myself by not. That's why I didn't say everything. I'm just trying to correct myself as I'm thinking. But I guess they did do her some justice. I just didn't. But I'll tell you this though, the musical scene did shake me up. I just wasn't.
I feel you.
Feeling as grand as they try to make it. So when he's over there, I'm like, no, and then I wanted him to go out in a better fashion. I wish he would at least like, I don't know, something. I wanted him to go out.
Like you said, it's honorable. He walked down honorably. I wanted him to go out in fashion. I wanted him he recognized that he lost. He recognized that he lost and he kept moving. Everybody else just chilling. I did think it was funny also, like when Jonathan Majors and Idris was in the house doing their thing. You hear gunshot, then the door opens and one comes out. His crew sitting like they already know he won. They didn't even like, who coming out the door? We don't know. We just hear the gunshot. Somebody won. We don't know who. They just was like sitting on the porch like, oh, you ready? You done? And I just thought that was cool. They either had confidence in him or they was just like, whoever wins, wins.
They might have heard the conversation though. Ted, they do.
They was eavesdropping.
I mean, shoot, he was like, do it. And then, he was yelling. So I don't know. They probably just, I wouldn't, because they do a lot of, it's not like no one really plays stupid in this movie. So I feel like they might have just heard him. I
True.
just heard that part.
All right,
But
we gotta wrap
but
it up
other than
now.
that,
We gotta wrap it
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
What's your overall rating from 1 to 10? Natasha, you can go first.
10.
10. Ooh, I'm even gonna ask why. It said a 10. It must be it was that good. What about you, Killer? He gonna take away for the music. Go ahead. Oh man, what's your rating?
you go ahead. You go ahead. Let me think.
Nah, I gotta wrap it up.
I'm gonna give this. Can I get an 8.5? Can you do 0.5?
Yeah, you could do
Can you do
0.5.
points?
I had on a
Yeah, I
previous
wanna
episode
say-
somebody
I wanna
said a
say-
0.8 or a 0.3, and I'm like,
I might get this a 9. I get this a 9.
yeah, I was gonna say, all right.
You know what was, I don't know if you noticed one quick thing. Did you like the? I don't know if it's the right word to say a pan zoom. It was like they. I think it's when they.
Yeah, they
showed
did it
up
to the
in
music,
city
though.
and they did this.
You talking
I
about
was just
into
saying-
Idris while he was in the window?
Yeah, because I
Yeah, I
think
was
they
loving
do it twice.
Yeah, they
I-
did. They
I
was
was
like, dun, dun,
remembering,
dun.
like-
It was like, champ, dun, 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 dun,
Yeah,
champ. And I
that
was like,
dope. I was like,
yeah, yeah,
okay, yeah.
yeah. I'm trying to find because I always don't give like perfect ratings, and I was like something was wrong, but I loved it. Like
This was
I
weird.
almost hate to say it, but I would have given it a 10
really
too.
good.
But I'm gonna go ahead and throw it. It was great. Like I like from the cinematography, like the actual shots, from like the creative, like the butt of the like. There's so much that was just like, okay, this was filmed well, and then the actual story of the stuff, it was poetic. So then the acting was A1. They had a outstanding cast that like a lot of times when there's certain famous people in movies, one of them stands out. But in this, they had all these celebs, but it was still like y'all didn't even say the main character was technically your all-time favorite. He was just like, oh, he could be one of them. No, but then him. No, but her is. They all was standing out. You know what I'm saying? So I don't see where I could take away any points to not give it a 10. I hate to give movies 10s to be honest, but it's a 10 to me.
Let me give you this one then. Let me give you this one. Could you take a point? Now, I don't know if it was me. I don't care if it was a solid choice. It did not look good.
I love that shot. I know what you're doing. The when his teeth was there and they hit him. I love that shot.
That was I'm sorry. But it was like
they did a lower frame rate and everything. They just had it like
it didn't look good though.
Because
I get what
it's not supposed to look good. That's the idea, is because you know how you felt
couldn't
jarring.
Even see it. What do you mean? That's like saying that for CGI.
You saw
tell me
something.
You just threw CGI and it didn't look good. That's okay.
No. Like, listen, think about it. Art is supposed to make you feel a certain way, right? Whether it's music, video, visuals, paintings, anything, right? So when you were watching that shot, you felt uncomfortable and felt like, I don't like seeing that, right? But in that moment, he's knocking this man's teeth out, his old friends, whatever. And when you watch that, you feel like, ugh. And instead of showing that's not what everybody shows with bloodiness. What you said, you liked the shot or you hated it?
No, I'm saying that specific thing.
Right, I'm saying
not the what would you call it? The
master shot of it showing it
out.
No, that's my point. I don't think listen. What I'm saying is a lot of movies show gore already. So just showing his bloody teeth, right, is not gonna make you feel some type of way. Like you said the shot of you watching it. Wait, just listen. You said the shot of you seeing it, the overall shot did not bother you, right? The shot that bothered you is the one that followed the gun. It was the point of view of the gun hitting him. Like it was like a POV shot almost, right? That's what bothered you, right?
That's right.
Right. Not the shot of you just seeing him laying on the floor bloody.
No, right.
So my point is, people are so used to seeing bloody stuff nowadays. If they would have just showed you the shot of him getting hit and him bloody, it would have just been like a regular. You would have just been like, oh, I saw him get beat up, but you wouldn't feel some type of way.
What do you think I'm trying to say though?
You did not like the shot that when he followed the gun, right?
No, they could, but what I'm trying to say is though that they still have it in there, right? They could still have that in there, just that it wasn't smooth. Like I don't know if maybe it's the Discord, but when they was doing the shot from him doing the POV, it looked janky.
Something janky was happening, in my opinion, is what I'm saying. I'm saying it was purposeful.
mean,
I feel
I
like
know,
they
I know,
lowered
but-
the frame rate to make it feel weird because whatever was happening in that scene was something that was off. Like it wasn't. They didn't want it to look regular. They wanted it to stand out so you can feel kind of like out of place on purpose. Is what I'm saying. It was a purposeful out of place shot. But I knew you hated it from when it happened. You was hating it.
Do you know what I'm talking about? Tasha, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't really see any like missteps in the cinematography with the things. I thought it all seemed very perfect to me. Yeah,
it felt.
I swear, it looked so.
I know what you're talking about too. But it was when it's supposed to look like that. Like,
hey, it's hard to make just a movie in general, and not everything's gonna be perfect, right? Sometimes something is just off. But I wouldn't necessarily take a point away from that because really, I've watched movies that are like straight up bootleg from the theater, right? And it's like that's still a good ass story, right? So I wouldn't take
I was just throwing
take away a point for that.
I was just throwing in a little something for John to see.
I feel like maybe later on I might be like maybe 9.5, but it was so good. I'll give it a 10 of my first 10 rating. And
it's gonna round me up, yeah.
So that's pretty much it, guys. I appreciate y'all coming here to watch this with me. You know, it was about like a 2 and some change hour movie. So yeah. So you know, it was 139 minutes. So you know, y'all took the time to watch this with me. I appreciate y'all. Go ahead and tell the people where they could find you, starting with Miss Super Director of Mamas. Y'all go check that out, which we did a quick little review on the YouTube for as well. So you know, but yeah, go ahead and plug yourself.
Yeah, my social media is latasha.cho.johnson, latasha.choe.johnson. Yeah, my production company is the 1106 Story. We have a couple of projects in development, so be on the lookout for those. So, some good things coming.
All right, killer. Where you at these days?
Yeah, I do YouTube, you know, gaming, and trying to start my reaction channel. Call it Killer 4 is my gaming. Call it A Reacts is the reaction channel. Yeah, and you know, that's it.
Links and everything will be in the description for sure. So that way, if they, you know, weren't paying attention, they'll be able to click. So, you know, y'all go in the description and look up these amazing people. All right, guys. Hey, appreciate y'all coming through. And ciao. Peace.
Hey.
Thanks again.
Oh yeah, before we leave, I always make, you know, people try to say the intro tag. So Latasha, if you can try to say and you got to say it with the right speed and everything. All right. Welcome to WeView Review, where we view content, then review content.
Yeah, one more time. Welcome to.
All right, I'll say it one more time. And you gotta do it with nice speed. All right. Welcome to WeView Review, where we view content, then review content.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a lot.
She about to get it though. Look at her face. I'm worried. All right,
welcome to God. Welcome to WeView Review, where we review content, then review it. Wait, welcome to WeView Review, where we view content and review it.
It's close, but no cigar.
You gotta check it out.
I got you next time. All right, guys. Hey, appreciate y'all coming.